In this video, I'm going to talk about the 5 things that I wish I knew before releasing music on DistroKid. As we all know, it's not just about making really good music anymore, unfortunately. I mean, that's still always the #1 priority, but because a lot of people are releasing their music independently, you now have to know all the logistics of releasing music. And there's a lot that I wish I knew when it comes to the DistroKid platform and how you release music on DistroKid. Number 1, the guidelines. Now, there are so many tricky things and so many little logistics when it comes to releasing music, especially because every store has their own kind of unique guidelines and rules about releasing music and putting your music on their stores, whether it's iTunes, Apple Music, Amazon, Spotify, the list goes on and on and on. What DistroKid does is they review your release in terms of the file itself that you upload, the title, the artwork is another big one, and they look at it and they say, okay, our store is going to like this or not? And a lot of times, especially in the beginning, they're going to reject your release saying, sorry, you did this, you can't do that. Stores won't like that. Now, the best way to think of what DistroKid does, because I know a lot of people hit me up saying, hey Mark, DistroKid rejected my release, I'm really mad. It's not that DistroKid rejects your release, per se. Think of DistroKid, this is kind of the best analogy I could come up with. Think of DistroKid kind of like a recruiter. Like say you want to get a job, you go to a recruiter, you give them your resume, and your resume has a lot of spelling mistakes or grammatical mistakes or whatever. Now, a recruiter might say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to send this out to companies. It's not that the recruiter is rejecting you per se, but they say, hey, you know what? I just know if a company sees this spelling mistake, they're not going to like it. I know if a company sees this grammatical mistake, they're not going to like it. I'm not going to send this out until I know it's perfect because I know what companies want to see on your resume. Likewise, DistroKid is kind of the middleman in the middle saying, look, we know what companies like, we know what companies don't like. We're going to review everything that you upload, and like I said, there's a lot of guidelines, so I highly suggest at least doing just some research and reading about the guidelines especially because you're releasing your music on your own and independently. If something goes wrong, it's really all on you. So that's a big thing to know, that when it comes to releasing music on DistroKid, and I guess in general, it's not just about the title, artwork, and the file itself and a few other things. And obviously that's part of the process, but it's about knowing what the stores like and what they don't like, and DistroKid has all those rules and guidelines in place. Number 2, the label. This is one that I think out of any of these, maybe that I wish I really knew the most, especially when I first started uploading. And there's no offense to DistroKid. Now, in case you don't know, when it comes to the DistroKid pricing model, it's $20 a year for unlimited uploads. And even better, you keep 100% of the profits. That's pretty awesome, right? Think about it. $20 a year, unlimited uploads, 100% of the revenue. That's great. However, when it comes to their main basic package, when you release music on stores, the label that it gets released under is DistroKid. No offense to DistroKid, but to me that's kind of tacky. I didn't like that. Now, on the Musicians Plus account, which is $36 a year, so if you think about it, it's an extra $16 a year, you can create a custom label or make your own label. Now, it's not that you're necessarily making a label, as more you just say, what label is this released under? So for me, I release all my music under Meta Music Records. I'm the only one on it, that's it, but that's my custom label name. I feel like that's a little bit more classy. I have no problem spending the extra $16 a year, which is nothing, to have my own custom label name as opposed to DistroKid. I highly suggest doing this, and again, even if you're like, well, Mark, I don't want to create a label, I don't care to, I don't want to have any other artists on it. Who cares? Just do it, because I'm telling you, I feel like just from a marketing perspective, I just feel like it looks a lot classier, in my opinion. Number 3, the extras. Now, this is, I've done a bunch of videos about the DistroKid extras, whether it's the extra specifically or all of them. But overall, in case you don't know, when you release music on DistroKid, when you get to the bottom of the uploading process, it says here are extras and add-ons. They're not required, right? They're completely optional, but some of them are good. Some of them, if you want to be honest, are not as good and kind of pointless, in my opinion. Now, the only one that I suggest is the iPhone and the Shazam feature. Now, the iPhone Siri and Shazam feature, what it does, and you probably don't know about Shazam, but in case you don't, when it comes to Shazam, if let's say your song's playing in a nightclub, you're in a store, you're out and about, you hit Shazam, and it tells you exactly what that song is. For Shazam, Shazam and iPhone Siri, it's an extra dollar per year per song. So, let's say, again, you're spending the $20 a year, let's say for DistroKid, and let's say you release a 10-track album, it's going to be an extra $10 a year. For the most part, all the extras and add-ons require more money. So that's the biggest thing I like to think of, and especially in the beginning. Let's say you're a beginning musician, money's tight, you really have to figure out, well, what's the ROI? What's the return on my investment of buying that extra? Some releases, I will do more extras than others for different reasons. Other ones I won't. Again, there could be a whole other subject, whole other video, but DistroKid does have a lot of really good extras. Again, the only one I suggest is the iPhone Siri and Shazam, because think about it. If let's say someone's out and they're like, oh man, this song's a banger. They Shazam it, your song pops up. That is a listener, for the most part, for life, right? If someone's going to Shazam your song, that's them saying, wow, I like the song so much, I'm going to add it to my Spotify playlist. So I'm going to keep streaming it. I might even go to iTunes and buy it straight out, whatever the case is. And if you think about it, in my opinion, the money you're going to make overall from somebody Shazamming your songs is way more than that dollar per year per song. That's the only extra I suggest to have. But I just want to say this on this list to keep in mind that, yes, DistroKid is $20 a year for unlimited uploads. You keep 100% of the profits. But there is a bit of an asterisk on that where, yes, that is true. However, that does not include any of the extras and add-ons. Number 4, YouTube. This is definitely the most popular comment I get regarding DistroKid, usually in a negative way, because people will hit me up saying, hey Mark, WTF, DistroKid took my songs, made them into videos, and put them on YouTube. I did not tell DistroKid to do that. First off, when it comes to all these stores DistroKid releases music under, one of them is YouTube, and one of the kind of checkboxes you have to do is saying, hey, I understand in terms of releasing my music that DistroKid will put this on YouTube. That's the first thing. The second thing, what they do, in case you don't know, YouTube will kind of create what's called a topic channel. So it's a auto-generated YouTube channel that's your artist name. So let's say your artist is Joe Schmo. It will be Joe Schmo topic channel, or just pretty much Joe Schmo. And any single time you release a song, it will get auto-released onto that topic channel as a video. Now, it's not really a video. I guess you could debate this, tomato, where it's a video, I guess, but it's really just a static image of your album artwork and the song. That's pretty much it. Now, you cannot sign in to this YouTube channel. You cannot edit anything that's on that YouTube channel. However you release your music will be put on that channel, and it's for the most part permanent, unless obviously you delete that release. Now, this is where I suggest to a lot of artists, create your own YouTube channel. You can have a topic channel and your own YouTube channel at the same time. The reason why I suggest to do this is, one, you can release your music however you want. Let's say you do more SEO. I've done videos about SEO or search engine optimization. Let's say you want to have that cool little dancing spectrum, which I've done a lot of my releases on YouTube. It looks a little more visually appealing, right? So you can do that. And let's say you want to use it and do it in your own music video, however you want to do it. The second thing is you can create an official artist channel. You can become verified on YouTube, get that cool little note check mark as an official artist on YouTube. In order to do so, you have to have a few releases on your topic channel. You have to have your own YouTube channel that you've self-released and created those videos and put your music on YouTube, and then you can merge them together. YouTube itself is a bit of a tricky thing. I've done a bunch of videos about YouTube, but the biggest thing, and I say this to a lot of artists, is don't overlook YouTube. This probably is the number one thing off this entire video, because YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the entire world. It's bigger than Yahoo and Bing and all the other ones, and it's the number one entertainment search engine, period. Even bigger than Google. So when people want to search for entertainment related things, they go to YouTube more than they go to Google. You want to get some of that traffic. YouTube is a powerhouse. It is not going away, and make sure you understand all the logistics with YouTube. Number 5, the goodies. Now, when it comes to DistroKid, there are a couple of things that I feel like DistroKid just makes it really the best independent music platform, period, for releasing music. One of them is the ease of it overall, right? I remember when going to use CD Baby, there was a bunch of different things I had to type in. It was all these logistics. I was like, oh man, this is like this is a lot of work just to release one song or whatever. With DistroKid, it takes you 2 seconds in comparison to so many other platforms. And another thing about DistroKid, not only with the ease of it, is the goodies. if you go to your upper right in terms of your DistroKid platform, you go to the upper right and click the drop-down menu, you will see all of these different goodies in different subsections, right? You can click around, and there's tons of goodies that DistroKid offers you. Some of them cost a little bit more money, but other ones are completely free. So different things like you can create, funny little meme videos and a meme generator. You can create these free pictures and free videos to post, like, say, somewhere on social media or whatnot. And it depends, like, because some of these mini medias are free, like the meme generator or the photo. They also have Visi, which creates like an audio spectrum React that does cost money. So like I said, some of these are free, some of them do cost money, but overall there's a bunch of other ones. There's online cloud storage. So for example, any single time you upload a song to DistroKid and your album artwork, it's stored on their cloud for free. So let's say if your computer crashes and you're like, shoot, I just lost a song, I want to get the song again, you go to DistroKid, you can download all your music again for free. There's so many goodies. Again, that could be a whole video, probably even close to an hour, talking about every single goodie, all these different features, all these cool little things that DistroKid has for you. Could be a whole other video for a whole other subject. Again, easily over an hour probably. But overall, what I'm going to say is this. Make sure you check those out, because some of them can be very useful to you. Even Slaps is another one where you can upload your music to the site, people review it, you can review other people's music, and it's almost like a mini community of giving people feedback on their music. There's so many goodies with DistroKid, and that is one thing that's pretty amazing that I've noticed, that when it comes to DistroKid as well, compared to other platforms, it's almost like a mini community. Like, I hate to use this term, but in a unique way, it reminds me a little bit of a low-key social network. Not like Facebook or Twitter, because I know there's so many social networks out there, but it does remind me a little bit of this community aspect where you're part of something amazing, all these goodies, all these features, to not just release your music and walk away, but all these other additives to really not only make your music be heard, but grow it as much as possible.